Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 245 of Sold with Updike Pugh.
I'm Jeff Updike.
I'm Weston Pugh, and today we have a really special show for you. We have a really amazing house. It is a amazing multi-generational home that is in far north Dallas at 6727 Sawmill Road. You don't want to miss that one.
And in our second segment today, we're going to talk about aging in place, creating that long-term plan for renovations. Just, where are you going to spend your retirement when you stop?
Can't believe we're talking about this, but as more and more people are trying to figure out homes and real estate, we thought renovations are happening faster and faster. So why not make sure that you're investing in something that's not just pretty, but also lasts for you? So it's been a very interesting research that we have gone through. One of the things we also like to do is we also like to dig up things that are unique for a home. This week, one of the things that I ran across is called TV AirPod connectors. And I used to have one of these a long time ago, and it did not work nearly as easy as this. This is a really easy apparatus to get from Amazon. It allows you to sync up two AirPods or other devices, but allows you and your partner to either A, listen together or listen independently.
Yeah, or different listen at different volumes.
The thing that that's true. That is a really good point. The thing that I liked about this is when we had that duplex had lots of high ceilings and everything echoed. It was almost impossible to listen to a show. This was actually a lifesaver for us, but it really was awkward because when you take them out, the whole house is completely quiet. But look into them. They are a lifesaver.
The second thing we're going to talk about today are artificial skylights. So this was really interesting to see, but I mean, you would think that the sun's coming up and the sun's moving, and that is not really a skylight.
I liked it. I thought that it was very interesting because, with today's technology, they're able to create the app that gives you the circadian rhythms. It syncs with today's current light. The only thing it might not work as well is like when it's raining outside and you still have this nice bright blue. But, we're coming into that season when people get really depressed because the sky is gray and they don't have nice natural light. This is a quick, easy fix. The other thing, too, that I'm loving about this, the install has got to be easy. You're not going through the attic. But B, when you install these true lights or solar tubes, if the moon is super bright, it looks like if you put it in the bathroom is always lit.
Yeah.
Whereas this will allow the house to completely go black. And I like that. But these are really interesting. If you go and look at the rest of the videos that they have on this reel, you might really get interested in it. Great for rental too, I think.
Yeah, I think they would be. The last time we're going to talk about this because you were really, really thrilled about it.
I was jazzed about this. So this is the secret pantry. You pull the door to you, and it's just shelves. You push it open, and it is a ta-da Taj Mahal room. This is really great configuration, smart use of space. Put the things that you use the most right here, and then use the rest of it for appliance space and the other items that you have. That's a big house.
It's a great idea. It really is a great idea.
I think so. I think, Dale could put this together in nanoseconds. So the other thing, too, is not everybody knows that you have this giant pantry, and they're like, where is it?
Yeah, where's your peanut butter? Where's your chips?
You know that. Chips and peanut butter would be on my front all day long, because if there's peanut butter in the house, that means we have dinner. Yep. Eat over the sink, too. What else we got, Jeff?
Anyway.
Let's do Market Watch, Jeff. Go Market Watch. You get it. You get on that.
Market Watch looks rough this week. Coming soon listings. That is the first status that people can put their listings in MLS with to kind of get the pre-market fever up. That's down 13%. There were still 69 coming soon listings last week. New active listings were also down about 5% to 433 in Dallas County. And option period, that is the first status that most contracts go into, were also down about 14% last week to 238.
So once the option period is worked through, we move into next phase of the contract, and that status is considered pending. This is down 12%, which is only 19 units to 134 for Dallas County. And then if we look at solds, that's also down 10%. Not surprised, where this week should actually be a huge bounce back. That's down 28 to 243. Now here is something interesting. Mortgage rates did take and bounce up quite a bit. They're at 7.35. This is given to us by Optimal, which is a website. Check it out. You can actually also get additional information about what is causing these rates to bounce up. Track and look at them over the course of history. Lots of really great information.
It really is. It's a great website.
It is a great website. And if this is information that you'd like for another area, whether it's a school district, whether it's an area you're looking to invest in, let us know. We can set this easily up for you. That way you can stay on top of the information that there is.
And so our property this week is 6727 Sawmill Road. And this is in far north Dallas. It is still in the city of Dallas, although it is in Collin County, and they are serviced by Plano schools.
That is as
Quite
far
the combination
north of Dallas as you can get. So this is a really great area. Lots of easy commuting. If you're looking to get on the Sam Rayburn Toll, it's just to the north of you. Also, running north and south is super easy because you've got access almost equally to 75, which is central, or down the Dallas Toll Road.
And you know, we can be from our office to this house in 22 minutes. And that's not racing. That is like normal flow of traffic. Yeah, you know, rush hour is going to be a little rougher than that, but it's really super convenient when you're trying to get downtown.
And if it's 22 minutes from our office, and what is it, 30 minutes to left field, and probably just about the same if you get to DFW. So really equal distance and time for getting to those airports. One of the things that locals love in this area is deli news. This is a staple in this area. It has been open for over 22 years, quite often voted one of the #1 delis in Dallas. You've definitely got to try the Mott's Ball Soup. It is amazing there. Love it.
It's great. I've probably been there a dozen times or so. Also in that area is UT Dallas, which is an amazing school. I have several friends that have gone there. They are very, very well known for their engineering programs. Weston and I were talking about they have really excelled lately in their robotics program. They also have a really great business courses there.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic college.
And it actually shows, because I think there's a USA Today article that was just written probably this summer that actually UTD actually jumped 14 spots in the ranking to number 58 in the United States. And it's interesting because we actually have clients, and one of their sons was actually into robotics, was accepted to MIT, but actually chose to go to UTD. And I was visiting with our neighbor, and I said, "This is amazing." She goes, "No, my son went there. Apparently the robotic department is one of the best in the nation." So lots of great things. Also, commuting, we talked earlier just about Love Field and DFW, but there is also a very private airport just down the road, and this is the Addison Airport. And I believe this is one of the first airports. Is that not right?
Well, it would not have been before Love Field for sure.
Okay.
So, but it is a great private airport. There are some really great events that take place at the airport and around the airport. One of the big events that happens out there is Boomtown, Boomtown on the 4th of July. It's incredible.
And you see here they've got all the information that you need as far as hangar rentals, customs, driving classes. One of the other things that they also offer in this area, they have a small museum as well. So lots of great information over there. Hope you found that interesting. So let's go ahead and jump into 6727 Sawmill Road. This is a huge house.
I love this house. I love the drive up on it. I love the floor plan. I love the privacy you get with it. This was built in 2001, and it was built in a very traditional manner, but the traditional manner has lived with it very well.
Absolutely. And it is, when we kind of themed the second segment about multi-generational home aging in place, and this house actually inspired that because it has the ability to actually live very easily downstairs or throughout the entire house, because I believe there are 4 bedrooms in this house, including the master, on the first floor. And this is the dining room. The dining room is of great size, and it opens up into a mudroom, opens up into a butler pantry. And as you see here, we have lots of space in this family room.
And you got 15-foot ceilings on the first floor. They really make these rooms feel so spacious. Gas fireplace. You have what's kind of a sunroom on the back of that, just beyond the fireplace, overlooking the backyard. This is all part of the original construction of the house. It was not a converted patio, and done really well.
It is, and it actually flows so nicely into this enormous, and I mean enormous kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Double sink, double oven. You could put a second dishwasher in here if you needed it. It seats another 8 right here just in the breakfast nook. Probably if you want to turn that into a banquette as well, easy for that. One of the things that we love about that is it transitions into this other 2 areas when we call multi-generational for the bedrooms. So this is bedroom, this will be bedroom 2 downstairs. And it actually has this bedroom 3 that they have set up as a living room because it is that large. It just works out really well for this diverse homeowner.
And this is the master bedroom that is on the rear overlooking the backyard. Really huge room. You've still got the 15-foot ceilings in this room. It is big enough to have a sitting area just off to the side, but just wonderful views to this really great landscaping.
So we talked about how big the rooms are. We talked about how big the family room is. Well, this is the master bathroom, and it has a separate tub, separate shower, and right through there is 1 of 2 closets, and they are enormous. Now what we're going to do now is we're going to jog upstairs, and upstairs is where we find 2 more bedrooms, a second living space, 2 walk-in storage units that equal an additional 400 square feet of storage.
It's amazing. This is the second living area upstairs. The doorway you see on the back is to one of those attic spaces that I was just absolutely blown away by. You do have 10-foot ceilings on this level, which again make it feel very different than a lot of homes that were built of this era. Great light fixtures. This does have a bathroom just off of that. And this is the front bedroom.
And this is still upstairs.
Yeah.
And this is also ensuite. And so back downstairs, this is a covered back patio that is really great. Access to the mudroom, access to the sunroom, as Jeff was talking about earlier. And then this enormous cedar pergola that we have here. There are 3 garages. 1 is attached, 2 are detached with a storage unit in the back. And this sits on 0.34 of an acre. So tons of space for everybody.
And if you need a workshop, here it is. You've got this additional space on the back of the 2-car garage that doesn't take any extra space from the garage at all. So 6727 Sawmill Road is a 6-bedroom, 5 full bath, 3-car garage built in 2001. It's a little over 4,400 square feet, priced at $1,190,000, and that comes in right at $270 a square foot.
So what we like to do is we actually give you the link in the comments. Click on that link, go through, there's pictures that we didn't use, look at those, share the link with friends and family so you can see what we're talking about on the map. And if it's something you would like to take a look at, let us know. We'd be happy to make that happen.
And with that, we'll be right back. Did you know there are a lot of ways you can keep up with us? For starters, every Wednesday at noon, we host Sold with Updike Pugh, live from our Facebook and YouTube channels. Our show is dedicated to featuring some of the best homes in the Dallas market and about sharing timely information about market trends. But don't worry if you miss the show, because you can always listen to them on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Spotify.
Still want more? Follow us on Instagram, where you get a first-hand look at what it's like to be a realtor. And it's not always previewing homes for clients or getting them ready to go live in MLS. Lastly, visit our website and you'll be able to create a custom home search tailored specifically to your wants and needs that's timely and accurate. Whether it's square foot, location, or the neighborhood, we have you covered.
If you'd like to know how much your home is worth, we can help with that too. Just visit homeprice.fyi, enter a few pieces of information like your home address, and we'll email you a price. When you're ready to talk real estate, you can reach us online, by phone, or by text at 214-377-2223.
And remember, we want to be realtors for life.
Hi everybody, welcome to the second segment. Episode 245 is Sold with Updike Pugh. I'm Jeff Updike.
I'm Weston Pugh, and today we thought we would talk about aging in place, the long-term use. And this really is something that we're noticing more and more as people are trying to figure out, am I going to sell my house? Am I going to buy new? Did I buy my forever home at 3.25% interest rate? Where am I? And so this was really interesting, and we kind of were sparked to have this discussion because of the listing that we just brought on earlier at 6727 Sawmill Road, because it is so multi-generational and it is so perfect for people who are aging in place that we thought, hey, let's do a dive. And we found a really great article in Build magazine. This article was called The Long Game, and it was written by Lydia Lee. And she had some really interesting stats that kind of helped us put into perspective where the United States is actually heading. And so one of the things that they saw is that by 2034, that 65 and older, there will be more of those than children in the United States, per the Census Bureau.
Yeah, so there's going to be more people over the age of 65 than there will be under the age of 65.
Yeah, and that, well, they say, yeah, it's children under, but it's an interesting element because, you know, that over 65 at that point, you're really waiting for a huge bulk of Gen X to hit that number as well.
Yes, very much so. And, you know, coming out of that, it shows that 8 in 10 adults that are 50 years old or older prefer to stay in their home or their community. And when you get into an older population of 65 plus, it jumps to 9 out of 10.
One of the other things that we thought were really interesting, according to a 2020 report from the U.S. Census Bureau, it was called Old Housing New Needs, or the U.S. Ready for an Aging Population. Stairs and steps pose the greatest difficulty and negotiating a bathroom, which I knew about steps, but I didn't think about the stair or the thresholds and also the bathroom. It's really interesting, some of the things that we're going to talk about here that I was not aware of.
Yeah. So what does aging in place mean? Some of the things that people are looking for are single floor living and definitely having bathroom accessibility on that first floor. First floor bedroom, the day that they put in MLS the floor that the master bedroom was on was a game changer, because you would have to call, if you had somebody that was important for, you'd call every one of those listing agents and say, hey, is that master on the first floor? Is that master on the first floor? It's like I'm surprised it's not the number one.
Well, the other thing too, I don't think these are dead in priority, but the other thing too is having a full bathroom. And I think that it's so important to have that full bedroom and that full bathroom down that are not primary. And I see a lot of developers trying to figure out, like, how do they expand a study into a bedroom? And the ones that figure that out by giving it the closet, giving it access and almost make it ensuite with a full bathroom, I think those are the winners. I think they're smart, and if you have that opportunity in a remodel, or if you're building and are able to get that added before the plans goes too far, I think that's a huge win.
And, you know, much of this just kind of relies back on whatever ADA requirements are, and, you know, you're certainly not held to that standard in your home, but it is a really good thing to think about in terms of, like, your minimum clearance in your hallways, your flush thresholds. Just, you know, reduces the chance of people just kicking and falling from that.
And so if you do these on your renovation and say that for some reason you don't get to stay there and enjoy it, that's fine. What you have done is you've opened it up to a huge pool of buyers that are going to want this, and that they are willing and financially able to make those purchases, whether if they get into a bidding war or whatnot, they can come forward with the cash or enough money to make up the difference on any shortages when it comes to that appraisal.
And, you know, the one of the other things that we didn't talk about, or situations we didn't talk about earlier, is there is a trend where children are moving back in with their parents again, and so they're, you know, sometimes taking that home that maybe they grew up in, and their family is moving into it, and the parents are still staying there, and, you know, they're accommodating them by doing a lot of these changes, because I can tell you for myself, I don't get around the same way I did 10 years ago, and having these changes make an incredible difference.
Some of the changes that you're kind of referring to or alluding to are design elements that are really important, that adds value. I had no idea, but if you think about it, you know, we shrink, maybe we're in a walker or whatnot, but closets with variable rod heights, I think that can be really, really easy to add, especially on a renovation.
Touch faucets are also a great design element. We're seeing a lot more of the touchless faucets even in public restrooms. I think we'll begin to see even more of those in residential environments.
Handles and knobs, we've always known about handles and knobs. That's been one of the things, but again, it is, if you're going to take and look for a big reno, go with the handles. Microwaves in lower cabinets, that is a newer thing. There are a couple of them that can actually be traditional where they swing forward, and other ones actually have the arm that kind of comes out and allows you to set it in the plate and pick it up. So these are really easy, quick things you can do.
Built-in shower seats. One of the houses we saw on tour today was an amazing house, had a built-in shower seat in it, and I thought, that's so smart to go ahead and plan to do that. Curbless showers, like we were talking about earlier, it's also trying to just avoid people from tripping. And then blocking for grab bars is an incredibly important thing to think about, because the grab bars, that you can't just install grab bars in a shower.
That's right.
You've got to have something to back them up with.
So if you're taking it to the studs, think ahead, think where they might be, and put that behind the wall so that it's there, and then also take a picture so you know exactly where it is. Motorized shades are a great thing to get done. Again, this is things that we can do ahead of schedule. 10 years ahead, they're still going to be working. And last but not least, we like the idea of having ambient light. A lot of the lighting features have changed. We always think about putting them under the cabinets in the kitchen, but what about when they're under the cabinets in the master bathroom or in the secondary bathrooms? when we sold Brian and Jack's, they had that in all three of the bathrooms, and they were also motion. So when you walked in, they clicked on. I thought, that's...
Bill and Daryl did that when they renovated their house. Adrian did it in his bathroom when he renovated his, and it makes such a difference, because you're not walking into a completely dark room, but it's not like you're having this room go blah.
Exactly. And the other thing too is, like, we're trying to prevent falls. I think that's the biggest thing, because as we read in this article, we didn't put it in here, but falls are the number one reason why people no longer can stay in their house. And this would actually really alleviate those. Last thing that we wanted to talk about was actual walkability is also key. And it's not just the walkability to a location, but it's actually being able to get out and socialize. And one of the things that they said, and it's sad, but 50% of the increase, there's a 50% increase in dementia for elderly people who do not have contact with others. And it makes sense.
That does not surprise me.
We see it all the time, and so you're going to see actually larger planned communities where they're actually trying to keep everything within 5-minute walk to the actual center, so that makes it easier for people to get together, aggregate, and hopefully be able to stay in place longer.
So we hope you found this helpful. If there's any questions you have about it, certainly reach out to us. We'd be happy to answer those. And if there are any other topics that you'd like for us to talk about, please leave those comments and we'll be happy to do it.
And just remember, we want to be your realtors for life. My voice.
When you're ready to talk real estate, you can reach us online, by phone, or by text at 214-377-2223.
And remember, we want to be your realtors for life.